Tonight on CTV News at 5.
I learned in 2025 that being kind is always the right answer.
Gold diggers. What's on your bucket list for 2026?
It seems like a good number to finish on, a nice round number, and we're pretty happy with the total that we've gotten to over the 10 years.
It's the end of an era. The 12 dares of Christmas has come to a close.
I don't have anybody in my family that lasted that long, so it's such a celebration.
104 and fabulous. Proof you're never too old to party.
And behind the wintry mix we had to start the new year comes a frigid first weekend of January.
Live from the Maritimers News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Katie Kelly in for Maria Panapellis. Thank you so much for joining us. First at 5 tonight, Future Focus. The new year is here, which for many means a time for goal setting. From health to finances to simply finding more joy. CTV's Hafsa Arif asked Maritimers what they want 2026 to be all about. Hafsa.
That's right, Katie. A new year is here, and with it, a fresh set of goals. From big dreams to simple promises, we ask people what they're hoping to bring into 2026 and what they're happily leaving behind.
My New Year's goal is to have 70 goals in hockey.
My New Year's goal is to improve at my sports.
My New Year's goal is to be kind.
My New Year's goal is to be a gray belt in jiu-jitsu.
For some, the focus is growth, whether it's on the ice, in school, or just everyday life.
Right now, trying to get good grades right now, to get a good future.
Others say their resolutions aren't just about starting something new, but sticking with what already works.
Go to a lot of Mooseheads games, that's another thing too. But no, yeah, I would just say, not give up, just keep chugging along no matter anything. I think nowadays, just all the stuff going on in the world, it's easy to get distracted.
And for some, 2026 is all about family.
Probably just to have a healthy baby and a happy baby this year. We're due in April, so.
Health also tops the list for many families.
To eat more healthy foods and try more foods.
Oh, that's a good one. How about you, Brian? Mine's to beach workout every day and get healthy and ready for cadets.
And mine would be to spend more time with friends and family.
Happy and healthy New Year for everyone.
For others, the new year is about personal change, inside and out.
Speak up for myself more, being more confident in myself. I recently started wearing the hijab, and so it's been a hard transition. So I want to be more confident in my skin and the clothes that I wear and just be myself out there.
Some couples are looking ahead, building skills, saving money, and leaving old habits behind.
Make more money, of course. Focusing on my studies, making more opportunities for myself, learning new stuff,
I'm gonna finish my studies, but I also want to start putting some saving aside for the future. And also my boyfriend is speaking Arabic, so I'm trying to learn more Arabic too.
Whether it's kindness, health, finances, or simply not giving up, people say 2026 is about moving forward, one goal at a time. Katie?
Thank you so much, Hafsa. CTV's Hafsa Arif for us in our news center this evening. Todd Battis joins us now. Todd, any goals for 2026?
Yes, my goal next year is to take off the Friday between a holiday and a weekend.
Ooh.
Something I clearly didn't do this year. You?
You didn't. I was good at that. You were not.
I was not very good. What's yours? I can guess what yours is, Katie, but go ahead.
Well, I think, motherhood is on my my list this year, and to be a good mom, I guess.
And you will be.
Thank you.
Coming up in the newscast tonight, Katie, you probably didn't notice it if you were out shopping today at the grocery store, but there is now a code of conduct in place designed to protect customers. Canada's 5 largest grocers have signed on, but there are questions over whether this policy will work. We'll tell you the details tonight at 6. There is a new scam targeting seniors who drive in our region. Posts have been circulating on social media about new Canadian driving rules for those over 70 years of age. But as it turns out, it might not necessarily be the truth. We'll explain at 6. Also coming up, we sit down with the Mayor of Halifax, Andy Fillmore, to reflect on 2025 and look ahead to 2026. Between taxes, traffic, and water rates, there is no shortage of issues to talk about. The Mayor in conversation at 6. Kellen Mitchell has a lot to talk about, mostly cold temperatures.
Oh, it sure is, Todd. And behind that weather system that brought us a wintry mix on January 1st, we've had a westerly wind take over across the Maritime regions, tapping into some polar-sourced air. It's in place over parts of Quebec, and it's bringing it right in. So we've got temperatures right now in New Brunswick that are well down to the minus teens, sitting between minus 11 and minus 14. In Prince Edward Island right now between minus 10 and minus 12. And for Nova Scotia, most of the temperatures in the range around minus 4 to minus 9. Because we have that wind around, wind chill is, of course, a factor, and it's feeling now well down into the minus teens and minus 20s across the Maritime region, including minus 20 at Fredericton and Charlottetown and near minus 13 right now in Halifax. Here's a look at those winds, so mostly out of the west and being sustained in a lot of cases between 20 and 30 kilometers per hour, except for some higher winds for some coastal areas, including the weather station at North Cape and Prince Edward Island, which is currently reporting a sustained wind near 70 with a gust up to around 80 kilometers per hour. Other coastal gusts in the region are in the range of around 30 to 60 kilometers per hour. Taking a look at things on radar and satellite, we do have partly cloudy skies and maybe the odd flurry drifting through the region. There is still a risk of some snow squalls, though, off of the Bay of Fundy and the Minas Basin for western areas of Nova Scotia, and that's because of that cold air coming in over those ocean waters. So a snow squall watch remains in effect for those areas. Could see some totals of up to around 5 to 10 centimeters in those squalls and reduced visibility if you happen to drive into one of them. That situation should improve as we move through tonight into the start of the weekend, and I'll have more on the weekend forecast when I'm back a little bit later on. Katie.
Kaylin, we'll see you then. Still ahead, construction on the region's first dedicated ball hockey facility is underway, and we also have this story.
I'm Ryan McDonald in Sydney River, Nova Scotia, where tonight at the CTV News at 5, we'll kick off the new year by introducing you to someone who's been around long enough to ring in 104 of them. The birthday girl's story is coming up.
Welcome back. Well, 2026 will see plenty of new developments in the region, including one that is creating quite the buzz in St. John. As CTV's Avery McRae tells us, the Maritime's first dedicated ball hockey facility is underway.
This site within St. John's McAllister Industrial Park may not look like much now, but in a few short months, it will be the location of Atlantic Canada's first dedicated ball hockey arena.
Always said we could have our own ball hockey facility, and now it's happened.
Upon completion, the east side rink will have 2 playing pads, one inside and one outdoors, various dressing and multi-purpose rooms, and a lounge. As to why the Napper Ball Hockey Group picked St. John for their first location east of Quebec.
People are already playing. We're looking at like more than 500 kids playing as we speak. There's more than 60 to 70 teams playing 5-on-5.
Gary Crossman is the president of the New Brunswick Ball Hockey Association and will be the GM of the new rink. He says the facility will create up to 40 jobs and allow for the city's growing ball hockey population to play year-round.
In our St. John Metro League, there's a women's league, there's a men's league, and then we have youth leagues. I'm going to say probably about 1,500 altogether.
The city first approved the Napper Group to build a facility here on the west side along Menawagonish Road in the fall of 2023. But the decision was met with some resistance in the neighborhood. Rather than go ahead, Napper and the city decided to seek a new location, one that the entire community would enjoy.
We were not comfortable coming out from Quebec to implement something that would be looked at in a negative way. So it didn't cut it out for us.
The facility is part of a slew of new infrastructure investments happening in and around St. John, which is exciting for the city's mayor.
Every city is trying to create an atmosphere where you want to, live, work, and play. And so this adds to that.
The ball is set to drop for the opening face-off in late spring. Avery McRae, CTV News, St. John.
So great for St. John.
I would have loved to have played in a ball hockey arena when I was a kid. We were playing a lot of ball hockey.
Yep.
It would have been a lot of fun. Well, today it was a very cold wind blowing across the Maritimes. Some pretty winter scenes, though, for a few areas, including this snow-covered property in the vicinity of Shediac Cape. I'll have more on the forecast coming up after the break.
Welcome back. Well, the most popular baby names of last year are in, and the Maritimes love a classic. Theodore and Violet took the #1 spots for boys and girls as the most popular baby names in Prince Edward Island in 2025. The PEI Vital Statistics Office reported that Theodore was selected 12 times in the boys category, while Violet was picked 9 times on the girls' side. The name Jack climbed the ranks of names chosen for baby boys in New Brunswick this year, and the province's most chosen baby girl name is Charlotte for the 2nd year in a row. Service New Brunswick says 5,699 births were registered last year. And it seems regal names were also popular picks among Nova Scotia parents who gave birth in 2025. Charlotte and Henry were the top baby names in the province this year. There were 7,184 registered births in Nova Scotia in 2025. Kaylin
was not on the list.
Was not on, neither was Katie.
That's fine.
Neither was Katie.
That's fine.
I have been looking at a lot of baby name lists lately, and Kaylin is on a lot of the lists, I will say.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh,
Katie is not. Katie is not.
Really? I would have thought Katie would have been on there over Kaylin for sure.
Nope, not very much. Okay, Kaylin, we got to talk about the weather. It's so cold. It's freezing.
Yes.
I can't stand it. Is this going to continue?
It will. Straight on into the start of next week. So let's take a look at our sunrise and sunset times. So for that, we're going to go to the sun breaking through a little bit around the waterfront in and around the Halifax area for today. But if you were out in it, you know you wanted to be bundled up, though, because that wind was bringing in wind chill, making it feel well down to the minus teens for most of the day today. In fact, there's some wind chill values in parts of Prince Edward Island, areas of New Brunswick, feeling into the minus 20s. Barometric pressure still on the lower side as we're in behind the low pressure system that brought us a mixture of, for parts of the region, especially parts of the Annapolis Valley in Nova Scotia and areas of New Brunswick, some heavy snow for the new year. And then other parts of the Maritime seeing a mixture of snow, ice pellets, and rain, followed by a quick drop in temperatures, so conditions turning icy. Taking a look at things on radar right now, we do have a scattering of flurries underneath some cloud cover that is moving across the region. It's still at risk of some snow squalls in the Annapolis Valley and around the Minus Basin. Remember, we have some snow squall watches in effect. On our timeline for cloud cover and precipitation as we make our way towards midnight, partly cloudy conditions in the region. It is going to be a very cold night and cold start to the day for tomorrow. Now, in the forecast for Saturday, looking like a mix of sun and cloud in the north of New Brunswick, mostly sunny for central parts of the province, and then a little bit more of a mix of sun and cloud around the Bay of Fundy coastline. A mix of sun and cloud tomorrow for Prince Edward Island, and for Nova Scotia, a mix of sun and cloud, but for that province, a higher chance that there will still be some flurries. Any given community in Nova Scotia for tomorrow, it's about a 40% chance of flurries throughout the day. When it comes to those winds, they're going to remain on the blustery side as we move through this evening and tonight. And then for tomorrow, the winds are going to continue to be out of the west. That'll keep that cold air coming in out of Quebec. And they'll have some gusts in the range of around 20 to 50 kilometers per hour. So not quite as high as it was today, but still very noticeable for the start of the weekend. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight. For New Brunswick, most of the lows will be falling into a range from around minus 14 to minus 18, down to around minus 21 for Edmundston in the northwest. Charlottetown tonight with a low temperature of around minus 14. And for Nova Scotia, most of the low temperatures between minus 6 and minus 11. Here's a look at the high temperatures for Saturday in the province of New Brunswick between minus 10 and minus 16, minus 8 at Grand Manan. Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island with a high temperature of around minus 12. And for Nova Scotia for tomorrow, high temperatures mostly in the range for around minus 4 to minus 8. Let's take a look at the end of the weekend. And on Sunday, there is a chance of some light snow and flurries coming into the west of Nova Scotia. Areas that do see some snow on Sunday could pick up some totals for that part of the Maritimes between 1 and 4 centimeters. The rest of the region, mostly looking at a mix of sun and cloud. Looking at the temperatures, going to be a cold end to the weekend with the highs down in the minus teens for New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island. And for Nova Scotia, again, expected to mostly be in the range for around minus 6 to minus 9. And in the forecast for Monday, for the start of next week, that frigid air is still in place. The highest chance of flurries on Monday will be right around the southwest of Nova Scotia, eastern Prince Edward Island, and eastern areas of Nova Scotia as well, including the North Shore and Cape Breton. Let's take a look at our Weather Watcher for tonight. And tonight's Weather Watcher is coming in from Rosalind Caro of St. George, New Brunswick. Rosalind has sent us a drawing of playing in the snow by a big gingerbread house. Thank you so much, Rosalind. And Weather Watchers can come in to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653 Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Katie.
Thank you, Kaylin. A Cape Breton woman will ring in the new year this weekend by doing something that she has done for 104 years now, celebrating her birthday. CTV's Ryan McDonald paid the birthday girl a visit today.
On January 3rd, 1922, a Cape Breton family wrapped up their holidays by welcoming a baby girl. More than a century later, that same woman sat by the Christmas tree today with some close friends. So you'll be 104 tomorrow?
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know how to feel.
Marianne Troke was one of 7 children, 3 boys, 4 girls, and her start in life was typical for the time.
I was born in Duncan. At that time, it was Dominion number 6, it was called, and my father was a miner.
At a young age, she was married.
My first husband, I was living with him for 30 years, and then he passed away.
She was widowed for 8 years before meeting her second husband, who had 4 children.
And he passed away within a year after we got married. Yeah. So I had the children to look after.
So while life was tough at times, she found a happy ending in her third and final marriage. Aside from a knee replacement at age 90, Marianne has never really had any health problems, she says, and her mobility is pretty good for her age.
I met Mary through IODE, and we believe that she might be the oldest IOD member in all of Canada.
That stands for the Imperial Order Daughters of the Empire, a charitable organization 125 years old, not much older than Marianne is.
Unbelievable. I don't have anybody in my family that lasted that long, so it's such a celebration.
The birthday girl's big day is actually tomorrow. That's when family and friends are expected to come here and wish Marianne well and maybe give her some help in blowing out all those candles. What's your secret?
I don't have one.
When pressed a little more, it turns out she might have one.
Cranberry juice.
So, any plans for 2026? Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
No, I don't. I never bothered with that.
And after all these years, why should she? If you never bothered with that for 104 years, why start now?
That's right.
A life well lived and a New Year's baby who hopes to be around for a few more. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney River, Nova Scotia.
Oh, I love that. Happy birthday to you. We're going to take a final break here on CTV News at 5. Coming up, though, the last dares of Christmas.
It's your girl, Katie Kelly.
After years of laughs, chaos, and Christmas courage, this is the final year of the 12 Dares of Christmas. We've got the final highlight reel coming up. Thank you for joining us. Well, the holidays are a time for giving, and for one local man, it's meant doing just that, one dare at a time. For 10 years, he's taken on the 12 Dares of Christmas, turning laughs into legacy, all in honor of his late cousin. As CTV's Mike Lamb shows us, this year marks both a milestone and a farewell.
What do you want me to pull?
So we just finished up our 10th year, the 12 Dares of Christmas. Another successful year, lots of great donations and lots of support from people sharing and liking the videos. So yeah, pretty happy with how this year went. I paddleboarded in First Lake.
Don't hit anybody.
Rode around on a stuffed animal at the Micmac Mall dressed as the Grinch. I got a commemorative tattoo for the 12 Dares and for Riley.
It's your girl, Katie Kelly. And I'm here with my mom, Janice.
I dressed up as a CTV personality, Katie Kelly. Not a great impersonation, I wouldn't imagine. The fundraiser was started as a way to raise money to donate to a scholarship fund in memory of my cousin, Riley Sears. He passed away in 2015 from meningitis.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
The following year, in 2016, my wife and I thought this was a great way to try and raise some money and do something helpful for people, for students looking to get into their post-secondary education, and in a way to honor Riley and to
to do something in his name.
All right, here we go.
I really hope he'd be proud. He'd find a lot of the antics pretty funny. He'd be happy that we carried on his legacy in a creative way that was beneficial for people.
Can't convince me that it didn't happen.
We've talked about the potential of exploring other ways to raise money, but as far as the format of the 12 Dares goes, the 10 years is going to be the last year that we do it this way. It seems like a good number to finish on, a nice round number, and we're pretty happy with the total that we've gotten to over the 10 years. Still taking donations, we usually do into the new year, but right now we're just a little over 70,000 for the 10-year total.
So, like you can see at 12, down in the corner there in RS 17.
The tattoo that I got, thought it was a great way to sort of wrap things up and celebrate what the 12 Dares has been and another good memory in Riley's name. Can't say enough about the support we've received from the community in Sackville. Randy's Pizza has been a huge supporter. Some of the hockey teams where Riley would have played, at least the organization that he played in. The Facebook community as well, supporting with their donations.
It'll be okay, babe.
Specifically want to say a huge thank you to my wife. She's the behind the camera personality and honestly the brains of this operation. And honestly, I could not have done this without her.
Okay.
That's what made me bother. You just eat it.
To be honest, when this started, I thought it was going to be me and some of our close friends sitting around watching a few videos and having a laugh, and we thought it would be really awesome if we could raise $1,000. From that perspective, we've certainly exceeded our expectations. We're really happy with the 70,000 over 10 years. We couldn't be more appreciative of the support that we've received, and it's certainly been our honor and our privilege to be able to do this in Riley's name. I hope in some ways this helped carry on his memory and his legacy. You know, he's always loved and always missed, and it's truly been our pleasure.
We're live.
Okay, kids, here we go.
It was just like looking in a mirror. Thank you so much to Eric and Sarah for all the laughs. All right, that concludes CTV News at 5. We'll see you back here on Monday.